For today's video, we're diving in and talking all about layering, how to look stylish, and how to look good when it is so cold out. Hey guys, it's Jess. What's up? Welcome back. I hope everybody is having a fabulous day so far. I feel like now living in New York City and being here for a year and it being so cold this winter, I really can riff on this topic and share all of my best tips on how to stay warm but still look good when it's freezing out. Because the struggle to dress cute in winter is truly real, and I want you guys to be warm, but I also want you to have your personal style and to really feel like yourself in what you're wearing, because one of the worst feelings is wearing something that you feel uncomfortable in and you don't feel like yourself in. If you need specific recommendations, everything I share and recommend will be down in the description box. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. I would really love to have you here. We do fashion, thrifting, New York City vlogs, cozy home, cozy life in New York City. But without any further ado, let's dive into how to look hot when it's cold. The most important thing, the most imperative when it comes to cold weather dressing is fabric composition. I don't know why, but I love talking about fabric composition. To me, it's just fun. Maybe it's just my passion for fashion. But honestly, it's most likely because fabric composition is everything. It plays a huge role in how long something lasts in your wardrobe, how it sits and fits on you and your body, how it feels, how it looks, the function it does. Is it supposed to keep you cool? Is it supposed to keep you warm? Always look at the composition. Let's talk online first. Always make sure you look for fabric, more about this item, composition, something that details the percentages of the piece, because I found that a lot of companies are doing this lately where they'll call something linen or cotton or wool. Sometimes they'll throw the word blend in there, so you get linen blend, cotton blend, wool blend. So you think you're getting a really nice, high quality piece that's gonna keep you warm, but in fact, it's like 20% wool, 80% synthetic fabric. And the function that wool does is not performing to where you think it's going to be performing. So I want you guys to be really vigilant and really on top of checking the composition, especially online. And if they don't break down how much the percentage is, to me, I think that's shady, and I think you should keep looking. I think you should always disclose the percentages. And if you're not disclosing, I see you. And in stores, make sure you are checking that composition tag as well. The other day I was shopping in Soho looking for a good pair of trousers that doesn't have too many pleats. And I decided I wanted to take a peek at the Effortless pant at Aritzia because so many people recommend it. It is $150 and it's polyester. So for me, that was a big pass. And then I went down like 3 doors to Banana Republic and they had a nearly identical looking trouser that was also $150 that was 100% wool. And to me, that was crazy. I ended up not getting the wool pants because I didn't like the fit on me, but they were really a gorgeous pair of pants. All that to say, check your composition tag because it was genuinely the same price for a vast difference in composition. Now let's talk about the warm fabrics. What are they? What do they do? You hear wool, you hear cashmere, you hear merino, but like what's the difference between them all? I got you. The function of these fabrics that I'm going to share are not just to keep you warm, they're also to be insulation, to keep the body heat that you make retained so you stay nice and toasty in what you're wearing. At the top of the list, we have wool. Wool is probably one of the most widely known fabrics for being warm, and it's also used almost as a catch-all sometimes, but specifically, wool comes from sheep's. Thank you, sheeps. Pros about sheep's wool: it is super warm, it's very durable, and you can find it at a variety of different price points. So you can find more affordable wool, but you can also invest into more expensive wool. It's also pretty easy to thrift. I find a lot of wool pieces at the thrift store for outerwear, but also pants and other articles of clothing. So I would recommend checking your local thrift store for wool pieces because there are quite a bit out there. The main con with sheep's wool is that it's pretty itchy, I'm not gonna lie. However, it is very easy to layer under. My go-to is to usually just take a long sleeve cotton top and just layer it underneath so the wool is not directly touching my skin. Layering, especially with a cotton base layer, is very helpful. Next, we have merino wool. Merino wool is wool that is harvested from merino goats. Thank you, merino goats. Merino wool is also very warm and it's often quite a bit softer than traditional sheep's wool. Merino wool is also quite durable and you can find it at more affordable price point, pretty comparable to sheep's wool in my experience. Maybe, depending on the place, slightly more expensive, but more affordable than cashmere. Which, speaking of, cashmere are next on the list. Cashmere is wool from the cashmere goat's undercoat. Thank you, cashmere goats. Pros about cashmere, especially good quality cashmere, because there is a difference. I felt it. It's very interesting. I love feeling fabrics, and I feel like by doing this, you really can learn a lot about how different fabrics and materials feel, and the difference between a higher quality of a certain type of fabric and a lower quality of a certain type of fabric. Very interesting. I would definitely recommend feeling fabric as you go, but make sure your hands are clean, like no greasy fingers. Pros of cashmere: it is much warmer than merino wool and warmer than sheep's wool. Not immensely warmer, but warmer. Lightweight, it's quite breathable, and it is the softest of the three fabrics that we've talked about so far. If you felt a nice high quality cashmere, it is this amazing combination of lightweight, breathable, not itchy. Oh my gosh, it is so soft, but still somehow warm. It's very impressive. Now the cons of cashmere are, one, that it is less durable than the previous two fabrics. You do have to take really good care of it because it is a lightweight, delicate fabric, so you gotta put the time in, you gotta put the care in. And two, it is often quite pricey, priced at the highest price point of the three fabrics, and oftentimes it's kind of seen as like a luxury fabric, so a lot of places will mark the price up. But I will say this is another one that you can sometimes find at the thrift store. Sometimes there can be some good gems on ThreadUp for cashmere. Another type of wool is alpaca wool. Alpaca wool is something I feel like I've seen become more and more popular in the last couple of years, and this is quite comparable to, I would say, merino wool, especially in terms of price point. It's warm, it's fairly breathable and lightweight. It's also very durable and resistive to pilling, which is a nice perk. From personal experience, it is semi-itchy. Is it the itchiest? I don't think so, but it is semi-itchy. Last wool I want to mention, and then we'll talk about other fabrics. Yak wool is something that I've seen become more popular. Very warm, fairly lightweight, quite durable, but again, is decently itchy. Is it the itchiest? Maybe. I was gonna say, no, not really. But then I was thinking, I got this 100% yak wool sweater. It's warm, I like the drape. It is pretty lightweight, but I'm not gonna lie, it is solidly itchy. So again, I would just recommend layering something underneath. It is pretty comparable in terms of price to merino and alpaca wool. Next, we have goose feathers, also known as like goose down. There's also duck down or duck feathers. Come from geese and ducks respectively. Essentially, these are just a fantastic insulator by trapping your body's heat and keeping it nice and close to your body. I've read that leather can be a fantastic insulator. Personally, I would never opt in the very cold weather to wear leather, but I suppose when it comes to terms of layering, like if you're really layering with it and combining it with a wool sweater or a wool base, I could get how that would make sense, but it's something I particularly would never really opt for in truly cold weather. It is good for wind resistance, and it is typically water resistant, so those are factors to consider. But again, it's never something I'm gonna opt for, but I figured I would mention it on the list. And ultimately, we've got furs. Furs are so incredibly warm, but get them secondhand, thrifting or vintage shopping, or from a family member's closet passed down. This is something that's at everyone's personal discretion, but I would be remiss if I did not mention it. And again, secondhand is the way to go on this. And finally, this isn't specifically a fabric, it's more of a style, and that is quilted items. Quilted items are so warm. There is a reason that oven mitts are quilted. It has the insulation. That is something that's going to keep you so nice and toasty, especially when you pair it with like a good wool sweater and some good base layering. You will be so nice and toasty. Base layers are crucial and essential when it comes to cold weather dressing. Base layers help with insulation, they help with comfort, and they're just gonna help with the starting foundation of warmth. Base layers are crucial when it comes to cold weather dressing. In the last section, you might have been like, Jessica, when are you gonna mention heat tech? Because it is such a popular thing. Heat tech, I feel like it's almost become like Kleenex, where the brand name of the thing has just kind of colloquially become the name, become what the thing is known for. So Kleenex for tissues, heat tech for warm base layering. Heat tech is specifically Uniqlo's stay warm base layering pieces, and it's basically lightweight underclothes that you can layer under what you're going to wear that help with warmth and insulation. I have a few heat tech pieces. I would recommend them. I like them. I find them very effective. Another option to this is Costco carries a brand called 32 Degrees. They are also very effective at being a very good lightweight base layer. Also, thermals are a huge tried and true classic. This is something that I think most people know about, but I figured it should be on the list. And my final recommendation on this is to wear fleece tights under your regular tights. If you're wanting to wear a skirt or dress look, even if you do have a long coat, wear the fleece tights underneath, and you will not have little popsicle legs. Pay attention to your extremities. Heat escapes through extremities, and extremities are things like your head, your fingers, your feet, your ears, and your neck. Having items or accessories that are specifically for those things will really keep you so warm. We've now talked so much about how to stay warm and how to layer, but now let's talk about how to look good and how to maintain your personal style in the winter. Number one, accessories are gonna be your best friend. So in the last section, we talked about gloves, we talked about beanies, scarves, and socks. This is where you have fun. Pick them in colors and styles and patterns that feel you. Don't just go with a neutral because it's gonna match everything. Pick what feels most you and most your style.
Having one coat in a fun printer color that you love is a great way to bring your own style in. But even with a neutral coat, having a little bit more fun with your base outfit, going colorful, mixing in prints, having a little bit of your personality shine through can really balance out those simple neutrals. I've gotten so many compliments on this blue sweater this season, both when it's just peeping through the neckline or sleeves of my coat, and when I remove my coat and have that just as a fun pop of color. So often in the winter and when we're wearing these big heavy coats, so many people refrain from wearing color or prints or more fun type of pieces. So when someone does, it really can stand out. As a more toned down approach, a fun sweater with a typically more classic outfit can also be a fun way to show your personal style. I also love adding a brooch. I think that's such a fun way to spruce up a simple coat or a bag. And if you're not wearing boots, I love wearing fun socks. So now to tie it all together, put all of our tips to building one outfit from the ground up. Start with your base layer and your bottoms. And if it's super crispy cold, wear fleece tights or heat tech under your jeans or bottoms. Next, a wool sweater over top and a wool coat for my outermost layer. I love the structured silhouette of this coat. It really elevates the look and balances out all of the coziness of the wool and the softer fabrics. Next, we accessorize. We're doing a scarf in a subtle ombre of color, a structured crossbody purse to break up the look a bit, and my favorite gloves that are in a gorgeous shade of forest green. And these are leather with a cashmere lining, so you've got a little bit of extra toastiness. On days when the wind is really blowing, I love creating a little hood or a balaclava with my scarf by looping it through like this. And the final touches to pull it all together and add that oomph of style are a pair of sunnies and a cute pair of shoes, in this case, pointed toe boots. This is the exact outfit I wore walking around Lower Manhattan for 5 hours on a 15-degree Fahrenheit day. I stayed nice and toasty throughout the time, and I just enjoyed my time walking around. I think the only thing that could have been a little something extra would have been popping in some hand warmers into my gloves. I think that could have been a perfect little extra. Otherwise, this outfit had me ready to explore the streets of New York and enjoy my day. And those are all my tips.
And that's a wrap on today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you guys got some good tips that you can carry into the crispy cold weather. Like I said in the intro, if you're looking for recommendations or anything that I shared in this video, everything's linked down below and also on my Shop My. I actually have quite a bit of stuff on my Shop My, from my wardrobe essentials recommendations to my shoe collection, hair care, skincare, makeup. You can find that link down below. Also, if any of you guys live in colder climates, I would love for you guys to share your best tips in the comment section, because I feel like you guys always have really great insight and things that I have never thought of before. So if you have a good tip, make sure to drop that below. I'm really grateful to have you guys here as part of my community. If you're a new viewer, a new subscriber, or you've been here for 4 years, 6 years, 10 years, I'm really grateful to have you here. Fun little aside, I posted this get to know me reel on Instagram, and I have it pinned if you want to check it out. But in there, I kind of was just reintroducing myself to anybody who was new or maybe had been around for a while. I just kind of wanted like a refreshed update of who I am and the kind of content I want to make. But in the comment section, so many people said that they have been following me and have been a part of my community for 10 years, which is so crazy and so cool to have people who have been a part of my journey and have been a part of this community for so long. So if that is you over here, I would love to know. So please let me know in the comment section, or honestly, if you just want to share how long you've been following, I would love to know. I just think it's really cool. So thank you again for being here. I am wishing you guys all the best. On that note, if you'd like to keep up with me beyond YouTube, you can find me on TikTok and on Instagram at Neistadt. I'd love to see you over there. It's more just like short, fun, day-to-day kind of thing. That is enough chit chat. Have an amazing day. Stay warm. I love you all so much, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye guys. To match the theme, I decided to wear this very icy blue winter sweater that I feel like is very reminiscent of Snow Miser. If you've ever seen that movie, look at us, twins.